प्रथमं सद्गुरुं वन्दे श्रीकृष्ण तदनन्तरं गुरुः पापात्मना त्राता श्रीकृष्णस्त्वमलात्मना चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहा दावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृता स्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम् नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्वंह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। The divine souls, devotees of Sri Radha Krishna. As customary, first we will chant the divine name of Sri Radha Krishna for a few minutes, following which we'll hear today's topic. Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Radhe Radhe Govinda.
Govinda, 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 Radhe Radhe Govinda.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Please try to be alert and pay close attention. When Bhagwan Shri Krishna was living in Dwarika, little more than 5,000 years ago, so the great saint Naraji used to constantly go to be able to do seva, to serve his beloved Lord. It gave Naraji great pleasure to constantly be in the company, association of his beloved Lord Shri Krishna. One day, Naraji visited the home of Vasudeva, the father of Shri Krishna. And Vasudeva ji, in the most appropriate manner, worshipped the great Saint Naraji, gave him a beautiful seat. And then he said to Naraji, "Hey Narad Muni, O Maharaj, please relate some spiritual knowledge, incident to me that will help me to become free from this fear of this mundane existence, to become free from the anxiety of seeing the divine pastimes of Sri Krishna." And Naraji was very happy to hear this question from Vasudeva ji. And so he related a wonderful incident that happened between the 9 Yogeshwars and Videhanimi. First, Naraji gave the genealogy of the 9 Yogeshwars. Swayambhu Manu's son was Priyavrat. The son of Priyavrat was Agnidra. Agnidra's son was Nabhi. And the son of Nabhi was Rishabh Bhagwan. Rishabdev is also called Rishabh Bhagwan because he's counted amongst the descendants of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Rishabdev had 100 sons. Amongst them, Bharatji was the eldest. Bharat, because he was such a great devotee of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, this whole world became named after Bharatji. First, this world was called Ajanabhavarsh. Because of the great devotion of Bharatji, it became known afterwards as Bharatvarsh. Of the remaining 99 sons, 81 sons became Karmakandi, Purohit, performing yagnas, etc. 9 sons became rulers of the whole world, and 9 sons were the 9 Yogeshwars, topmost amongst yogis. You've heard about the 4 mind-born sons of Brahma, the creator, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanak Kumar. These are 4 mind-born sons of Brahma. They always remain 5 years old, naked, and go wherever they want. No one stops them. These 9 Yogeshwars were comparable to these 4 mind-born sons of Brahma. They could also go wherever they want, and no one will stop them. Nimi was called Videha, just as Janak, the father of Sita, was also called Videha. In other words, he was Paramhans. That's why he was called Videha Nimi. So once, Videha Nimi was performing a yagna to increase his devotion, his bhakti, not for worldly attainments. And so these 9 Yogeshwars decided to go and visit this yagna of Videha Nimi to bless him. So they appeared in that yagna of Videha Nimi. Immediately, Videha Nimi and all the priests who were the rishis and munis, they got up. Even the fire, the god of fire, personified himself. And all went to greet these 9 Yogeshwars. They gave them a most beautiful seat. Worshipped them. And then Videha Nimi decided to question. Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshanabhangurah tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshanam. 11 canto, 2nd chapter, 29 verse, Bhagavad Mahapuran. Videha Nimi said, first of all, this human body, ye manav de, this human body is extremely difficult to attain. Durlabho manusho de. But then it is kshanabhangur, transient, non-lasting. At which moment it can be destroyed, no one knows. But even more important, Vaikuntha Priyadarshanam, to have the association of the true genuine saints. Kavir havir antariksha prabuddha pipalayana avirhotrortha drumilash chamasah karbhajana. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11 canto, 2nd chapter, 21st verse. The 9 Yogishwars, the names: Kavi, Havir, Antariksh, Prabudh, Pippalayan, Avirhotra, Drumil, Chamas, Karbhajan. These are the 9 Yogishwars. So this question, this is the first thing that Videhanimi said to the 9 Yogishwars. This human body is so rare. Along the similar lines, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya said, Durlabham trayamevaitat daivanugrahakarakam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha sambhavaha. 3 things are most difficult to attain. And that too only by the grace of Bhagavan, God. Daivanugraha. Number 1, manushyatvam, birth in the human form. Number 2, mumukshutva, a yearning, a thirst, desire to meet God, to see God. And number 3, Mahapurusha Sambhavaha, to have the holy association of a true, genuine saint. Of the 3, birth in the human form is the most important, as only after acquiring birth in this human form, we can have a desire, a yearning to know God and have the association of a genuine saint. Our Gurudev, Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, in his Radha Govind Geet also says, Ati durlabh tino, Ati durlabh tino, Govind Radhe, Nartanu Shraddha, Guru Sharan Batade. Extremely difficult to attain these 3. Naratanu, birth in the human form. Shraddha, faith in God, in the saint, in the scriptures. And to have shelter, to take shelter in a genuine saint. Many places. The Vedas also tell us about the rarity of birth in the human form. Ihache dashakad, ihache davedi datha satyamasti, nache diha vedin mahati vinashti. Kenopanishad, chapter 2, verse 5. The Vedas say, all human beings immediately try to know God. Having acquired this very valuable human birth, immediately try to know God. Otherwise, you'll be doing the greatest harm to yourself. What harm? The Vedas tell us. Ihache dashakad bodhum prak sharirasya vishsasa tatha sargeshu lokeshu sharidatvaya kalpate. Kathopanishad 2, 3, 4. The Vedas say all human beings having acquired this very valuable human birth, immediately try to know God. Otherwise, you will have to continuously rotate in the 8.4 million species as ordained by divine law. After billions of years, we get a chance to get birth in the human form. Sarg. The word sarg means kalp. One kalp, 12 hours of Brahma, the creator, 4,294,080,000 years. One sarg, one kalp. And the plural here, sargeshu. So the Vedas are saying after many kalps, we get a chance to get birth in the human form. Bhagwan Sri Ram himself says to the residents of Ayodhya, Kabahuk kari karuna nar dehi det isha binu hetu sanehi. Very seldom, very rare, does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul without any self-interest, bestow upon it birth in the human form. The Lord says, Akar chari lakh chaurasi yoni brahmat yah jiva avinashi. Again, Bhagwan Sri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya, the soul, the jiv, which is avinashi, indestructible, has to rotate. It keeps rotating in the 8.4 million forms of life. Dog, cat, donkey, tree, grass. 8.4 million. This is a rare opportunity, chance. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says to Uddhav in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, Nidehamadyam sulabham sudulabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanukule nanabhasvateritam puman bhavabdhim nataret sa atmaha. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11th canto, 20th chapter, 17th verse. The exact translation of this verse from Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran is given in the Ramayana. Again, Bhagwan Sri Ram, he's given lecture once only. Ek baar Raghunath bulaye, Guru Dvij Purvasi sab aaye. In 11,000 years, once only, Bhagwan Sri Ram gave a lecture. He called everyone in Ayodhya and he gave a lecture. So the same thing Bhagwan Sri Krishna is saying to Uddhav, Bhagwan Sri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, Nartanu bhava baridhi kahu bero sanamukha marut anugraha mero karnadhar sadguru dridhanava durlabh saj sulabh karipava jo na tare bhav sagar nar samaj as pai so krita nindak mandamati Atmahan gati jai. Bhavasagar. The word sagar means an ocean. This world is called Bhavasagar, an ocean of suffering, pain. dukh. To cross an ocean, we need a boat. As I told you, Bhagwan Sri Ram himself says there are 8.4 million types, 84 lakh yoni. This human body is the most competent vessel, boat, to cross this ocean. The Lord also says, I have given the favorable wind of my grace. And not only that, this is a very dangerous ocean. You need a perfect boatman, an expert boatman. So the Lord said, I have given you that too in the form of the Sadguru, the true Guru, the saint. And yet, one does not make an attempt to cross the ocean of Maya. Bhagwan Shri Krishna is saying to Uddhav, Bhagwan Shri Ram is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, that person is extremely stupid, dull-witted, mandamati, and a murderer of his own self. Atmahan gati jai. Our Gurudev, Jagat Gurutam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, has written about this in many of his bhajans and kirtan. Many, many. One of the most beautiful kirtan, Guru Charan Kamal Balihar, Guru Partan Man Dhanvar, Guru Charan Dhuri Sirdhar, Guru Mahima अपरंपार यह है भव सिंधु अपार नर देह नाव अनुहार नाविक सद्गुरु सरकार गुरु महिमा अपरंपार. Like same thing. यह है भव सिंधु अपार. This world is an ocean of mundane existence, suffering, pain. Naradeha nav. This human body is a boat to cross that ocean, the best one. Our Navik, the boatman, the expert boatman, is the Sadguru, the true saint. This we have all got. All three. In the Ramayana, there's a very famous katha, Sapta Prashna, 7 questions, that Kag Bhusundji was asked by Garuji. Of the 7 questions, the first and most important was, Prathama hi kahu नाथ मति धीरा सब ते दुर्लभ कवन शरीरा. Guruji is saying to Kag Bhusundji, O my strong-minded master, first of all, tell me, what is the rarest and most difficult birth to attain? The Kag Bhusundji answered and said, नर तनु सम नहीं कावनी हूँ देही जीव चराचर जाचत जेही. There is no form in the 8.4 million forms. There is no form equal to the human form, the human birth. It is so valuable that even the achar, char, achar, the inanimate as well as inanimate, desires birth in the human form. Even Devtas, people in the world, we pray to Devtas. Indraya Namaha Swaha, Agne Namaha Swaha, Vayave Namaha Swaha. But these same devatas are praying to Bhagavan for what? Durlabham manusham janma prarthyate tirashaidapi. Narad Puran. The devatas are praying to Bhagavan Krishna. Hey Shri Krishna, please give us birth in the human form. We don't want heaven. Why is this human body so valuable that even devatas are praying and begging for it? Bhartrihari, a great saint, said, Ahar nidra bhayamaithunani samanya tat pashubhir narana. As far as eating, ahar, nidra, sleeping, bhay, fear, and maithun, mating are concerned, we human beings are equal to animals. We are worst. But we won't go into that right now. So what makes us superior? He's saying we're equal to animals as far as these things are concerned. So in the next line he says, Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho jnane nahi nah pashubhis samana. Gyan. That which places human beings on a higher plane to the other creatures is the great gift called Gyan. Knowledge, the power to discriminate, to know right from wrong, real from unreal, etc. So Gyan, the power to discriminate, the ability to think, this differentiates us and makes us superior. But the question comes, devatas are also praying and begging for this human body. And their knowledge is far, far superior to ours. Far superior. So why should they want this dirty human body? Kshiti jal pavak gagana samira pancharachit yah adhama sarira. This dirty human body has 9 holes, and from every one of them nothing but dirtiness, bad smells, etc. comes. So, the Vedas tell us, Katum mayoyam purusha tasmat katum kurvit Ved. The Vedas say, only in the human body we can do purusharth. In other words, whatever action we perform, it bears fruits, good or bad. Look, 2 things are required to know God. One is knowledge, Gyan, and one is Purusharth, fruit bearing action. The devatas, they have knowledge far, far superior to ours. But they don't have Purusharth. In heaven, there is no plus, only minus. There you can't earn, you only spend. This is why the Vedas say, Ishta purtam manyamana varishtham nanya shreyo vedayante pramudha nakasya prishte te sukite nu bhutmam lokam hitanam va vishanti. Mundak Upanishad, 1st Mundak, 2nd Kand, 10th mantra. The Vedas say, the person who strives to go to heaven, who wants to go to heaven, and perform actions to go to heaven, is not only an ordinary fool, but the greatest fool. Pramudha. Bhagwan Shri Ram warns us in the Ramayana. Ehi tan kar phal vishaya na bhai, swargahu swalpa ant dukhdai. This human body, which even Devatas are praying and begging for, wasn't given to us to enjoy the world, the senses. Nor was it given to go to heaven. Why? Because there is nothing in heaven. Swargahu swalp. The happiness found in heaven is non-existent. It's only that of this material world multiplied a number of times. And the worst part, it ends in suffering. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam trai dharmanupapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. Chapter 9, verse 21, Gita. When one performs dharma, righteous actions, etc., karma, dharma, varnashram dharma, we will go to heaven for some time. We acquire something called punya. Punya means religious merits. Oh, people, we fly in planes nowadays, you acquire frequent miles, frequent flyer miles. After you acquire a certain number of frequent flyer miles, you get benefits. You can get a free flight, you get free baggage, you get upgrade to first class for flying a lot. So, in the same way, when one performs dharma, etc., you acquire spiritual frequent flyer miles. It's called punya. And you will be able to go to heaven for some time according to how much of those frequent flyer miles you have acquired. In Kali Yuga, impossible, but still. But when you go there, what happens? Kshine punye. As soon as we start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, the punya, which is almost impossible to do in Kali Yuga, will start decreasing, destroying. And one day it's going to become zero. And what will happen? Martyalokam vishanti. We will be kicked out of heaven. And because karma has become zero, we have to start all over again. This is why the Vedas say, Hi nataramba vishanti. We'll be thrown into lower forms of life. Dog, cat, donkey, worm. After living in heaven as a devata, we'll become a very nice worm or stray dog. This is what Bhagwan Shri Ram in the Ramayana means when he says, Anta dukhdai, it ends in suffering. So, devatas, they only enjoy and they're called bhog yoni. Only in the human body, whatever action we perform, it bears fruits, good or bad. Kak Basundaji says to Garuji, Narak swarga apavarga niseni Jnana virag bhakti sukha deni. We do bad actions, we'll be sent to Narak, hell. We do good actions, we'll go to heaven, Swarg. We do neither good nor bad action, we'll attain this Mrityu Lok. We do a mixture of good and bad actions, we'll get Mrityu Lok, this world. We do neither good nor bad, we'll attain moksha, apavarg. And if we go beyond the desire for moksha, we attain bhakti, the highest attainment. We have been given human birth for one reason only. One reason. not to enjoy the senses and to enjoy this material world. What we have been given human birth to do? Bhakti. Only bhakti. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya, जाओ परलोक यहाँ सुख चाहूं, सुनी मम वचन हृदय दृढ़ गहूं. Hey, if you want to get happiness in the here and the hereafter also, listen very carefully to what I am going to tell you. Deep in your heart, listen with the heart, the mind. Sulabha sukhad yah marag bhaaye, bhakti mori puran shruti gaye. He says that path that will give you happiness here and the hereafter also is called bhakti, love for him. Bhakti mori. Bhakti means to love Radha Krishna. Prem karna. Naraji says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Param Prema Rupa. The supreme and immortal love for Radha Krishna is called Bhakti. Sandilya Muni says in the Vedas, Sa Paranuraktirishware. An intense yearning, longing to see Radha Krishna, to attain the divine vision, etc. is called bhakti, love. And to do bhakti, very easy. Kahahu bhakti path Kavana prayasa Jogana makh japa tapa upavasa. Bhagwan Shri Ram says, Bhaiya, what is difficult in doing bhakti? In the path of bhakti, you have to do nothing difficult. No yoga. Today yoga. Big. Everybody is a yogi. It's not yoga. Yoga has 8 limbs. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. That's yoga. Can't do in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga Jog na Jagya Jnana. Cannot do yoga, cannot do yagya, karm, dharma, cannot do jnana. What to do? Ek Aadhar Ram Gun Gana. Wanting. Bhakti, chant the name of the Lord with love. Prem karna. So, yoga namak, rituals, yagya, jap, tapa, austerities, upavas, fasting, all that you don't have to do. Bas prem karna. All we have to do is to love. And we all know how to love. Kutte, billi, dog, cat know how to love. Every creature. And we as human beings, we know better how to love. We know how to love mother, how to love father, wife, husband, children, friend. So in the same way, we have to take that same love and transfer it to Radha Krishna, to Guru. That is called bhakti. So we already know how to love. Just take that same love and put it in the spiritual area. That is bhakti. So it's not hard because we already know how to do it. But we don't have a lot of time. I am looking right now at the clock and I see my time is almost finished. We don't have a lot of time. Many of us, we keep procrastinating, putting off, especially when it comes to bhakti. All I will do, we used to say to our Guru, to Sri Maharaji, to Kripaluji Maharaj, Maharaji, I will do, not right now. I am too busy right now. I am a householder. I have so much things to do, Maharaji. I have to build my house. I have to send my children to school. I have to put so much money in the bank for them. So we make so much excuse saying we will do. Yes, Maharaji. Yes, Radha Krishna, I will do bhakti, but not right now. And yet, none of us can guarantee we live to see tomorrow. Next moment. Forget tomorrow. Remember, Videhanimi said to the 9 Yogeshwars, Durlabho manusho deho, that the human body is the rarest and most difficult to attain. And so Durlabho manusho deho and dehinam kshanabhanguraha. But it is extremely transient. At which moment we can lose this valuable human body. None of us know. What a great opportunity we have. Many of us had the great opportunity to be in the association of the greatest saint, Jagat Guru Tam Sri Kripaluji Maharaj. Some of us didn't have that opportunity. Still fine. Yet we are all here. How? After such a great guru has left the world physically, he's here, but he has left physically, yet so many of us want to come here and do sadhana in Bhakti Dham. Live in our family, live in the world. Not getting the kind of food we like to eat, the kind of bed we like to sleep on, etc. How did that happen? Ehi sar avat ati kathinai, Ram kripa binu ai na jai. Radha Rani, shower her grace. From inside, someone turned the key. Santa Vishuddha milahi punitehi, Ram kripa karichit vahi jehi. Somebody turned that key from inside. And the feet said, quick march, we have to go to Mangar, Bhakti Dham. We have reached here. But having come here, we get careless. Sri Maharaji tells us the rules for sadhana. to keep maun. If we don't have any other seva, to sit in the hall, do kirtan, do roop dhyan, etc. How many of us are trying to keep all the rules? We're careless. And even then, when we leave here and we go back in the world, we get so busy in the world, we wait again when there is sadhana. I will go bhakti dham and do sadhana. And we don't know what will happen. So, we should not procrastinate. We have a golden opportunity. 3 things we have already gotten. Birth in the human form. We all have that. A yearning, a desire to know Radha Krishna. We have that because that's why we are here. Small percentage maybe, some very small, some 0.1%, some 1%, some 10%. But we are here. And Maharaj's grace, his association, yet I agree he's not here physically, but he is here. All we have to do is to have that faith. Sit down and do sadhana. Apply our mind and you will feel his presence. We have it. Let us not procrastinate. We have a goal and opportunity. Let's try to make the best of it. There's much more, but my brother and sisters, pracharaks, will be telling us more as we go along. This is enough on this importance of this human body. The rest we will hear. Bol Ladli Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.